Hello, everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So, have you ever looked at your smartphone as it unlocks using just your face and kind of wondered, how exactly does a piece of metal and glass actually see you? Well, today we're going to demystify one of the absolute coolest breakthroughs in modern tech, convolutional neural networks, or CNNs. We're looking at how artificial neural networks process massive amounts of unstructured visual data, like all those tiny pixels in a photo, to literally teach computers to understand the world. It's an incredible journey from human biology straight into computer science. So let's get started. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with AI, ML, and deep learning, then move to how it's all inspired by the brain. After that, we'll break down the anatomy of a neural network, dive into deep learning and CNNs, and wrap it all up with real-world computer vision.
All right, let's dive right into part one, AI, ML, and deep learning.
To really understand how computers see, we first need to define the exact toolkit we're working with. People tend to throw around terms like artificial intelligence and machine learning interchangeably, but they're actually very distinct layers. Think of AI as the biggest umbrella. It covers everything from basic rule-based expert systems to complex search algorithms. Zoom in a bit, and you hit machine learning, or ML. This is narrower. Instead of humans programming explicit rules, ML algorithms learn from historical, structured data. But for computer vision, we have to go one step deeper, into deep learning, or DL. This is the narrowest, most complex subset. Deep learning relies on deeply layered neural networks specifically designed to handle raw, unstructured data, like the millions of individual pixels in an image.
Okay, moving right along to part two, inspired by the brain.
So how did computer scientists figure out how to process all that messy, unstructured data? Well, they looked at the most powerful pattern recognition machine in the known universe, the human brain. Your brain has roughly 100 billion densely interconnected cells called neurons. A biological neuron has branch-like structures called dendrites that act as receivers, taking in input signals from other neurons. The neuron processes that input, and if the signal is strong enough, it fires an electrical output down a long tail, called the axon, passing the message right along to the next cell. It's a beautifully efficient system of inputs, thresholds, and outputs.
And this brilliantly illustrates the direct translation from biology to computer science. In an artificial neural network, we recreate that exact biological process. The raw data, like the pixels of an image, enters through the input layer, acting just like dendrites. That data is passed along connections called edges, which act like axons. Those feed into the hidden layers in the middle of the network. Finally, it spits out a result at the output layer. Just like your brain seamlessly processing visual light into recognized objects, this artificial network passes data forward to make sense of the world.
Which brings us to section 3, anatomy of a neural network.
But how exactly do these artificial neurons process data? Like, what's the actual math happening inside those hidden layers? The foundation of this entire system is something called a perceptron. You can think of a perceptron as the most basic building block of a feed-forward neural network. Now, feed-forward simply means the data only flows in one direction, from input to output with no looping back. The perceptron takes in multiple numbers, combines them using some really basic algebra, and decides whether or not to pass a signal forward based on a strict mathematical threshold. Let's break down the math here, because it is surprisingly elegant. Imagine a perceptron taking in two inputs, say 24 and 16. As these inputs travel along the network's edges, they get multiplied by what we call weights. Let's use 0.5 and negative 1.0. So 24 times 0.5 is 12, and 16 times negative 1.0 is negative 16. The perceptron simply adds those together. 12 plus negative 16 equals negative 4. Now, the perceptron applies an activation function. If the rule is, say, only output a signal if the sum is greater than 0, then this specific perceptron will output a 0. It won't fire. This mathematical filtering is exactly how a neural network learns to ignore irrelevant noise and only pass forward the most important visual signals.
So the crucial point is, what happens when you combine thousands of these perceptrons inside the hidden layers? They work covertly to break down patterns. Think about it. When you look at a box, you don't consciously perceive 4 independent, disconnected mathematical lines, right? Your brain's hidden layers instantly combine those raw visual inputs and present your conscious mind with a single concept, a square. Artificial neural networks do the exact same thing. They turn raw pixel values into lines, lines into shapes, and shapes into recognizable objects.
That brings us to part 4, deep learning and CNNs.
To see how this builds from simple shape recognition into a system capable of navigating our complex world requires a massive conceptual leap. The difference between traditional machine learning and deep learning is honestly staggering. In the past, computer scientists had to do manual feature extraction. To recognize a face, a programmer literally had to write code explicitly looking for circles that might be eyes or lines that might be a nose. It was incredibly tedious. But deep learning completely changes the game. By stacking anywhere from 5 to over 150 layers of these perceptron networks, deep learning models automate the feature engineering. You just feed the network raw data and it learns the important features all by itself. Now, when dealing with images specifically, we use a specialized architecture called a convolutional neural network, or CNN. These are the absolute gold standard for computer vision. Instead of just looking at isolated pixels, CNNs use convolutional layers to apply mathematical filters across an image. As the filter slides over the raw image data, it dynamically learns visual patterns. It's kind of like teaching a child to recognize a cat. At first, they notice simple features like edges and curves. The deeper layers combine those edges to find ears and noses. The final layers combine those to recognize the entire animal, or, in our earlier example, a specific human face. And because they rely on nonlinear activation functions, CNNs can model incredibly complex real-world visual relationships. Which leads perfectly into Part 5, Real-World Computer Vision. This isn't just theoretical math happening in a vacuum. The application of CNNs has fundamentally reshaped our society. And the roots of this go back way further than you might think. Take Alvin, for example. This was an autonomous vehicle project from Carnegie Mellon University back in the 1990s. The network input was an incredibly simple 30 by 32 pixel grid from a tiny camera mounted on a vehicle. That raw pixel data fed directly into hidden layers, which mapped straight to output units representing steering directions: sharp left, straight ahead, or sharp right.
To truly appreciate the power of neural networks, you gotta realize what Alvin achieved with that tiny, low-res pixel grid. By watching a human driver for just 5 minutes, the neural network learned the complex visual relationship between a road and a steering wheel. Alvin actually used its learned networks to successfully drive at speeds up to 70 miles per hour and for distances of 90 miles on public highways. It did this autonomously, with real traffic present, decades before modern self-driving cars, purely by mimicking human driving patterns through neural network weights. No way, right? It's literally amazing. Fast forward to today, and the sheer scale of convolutional neural networks is actually saving lives. In healthcare, CNNs are trained on millions of high-resolution medical images. Today, they're classifying skin cancer with an accuracy that matches and sometimes even beats highly trained, board-certified dermatologists. They're combing through complex 3D CT scans to find early signs of lung cancer, differentiating benign from malignant tumors with incredible precision. They're even analyzing images of the human retina to identify diabetic retinopathy, helping to prevent blindness. The network essentially learns to see the microscopic patterns of disease that a human eye might just miss entirely. From a 30 by 32 pixel camera driving a car down a highway to massive deep learning models diagnosing cancer, convolutional neural networks have given machines the power of sight. They've proven they can extract deep meaning from the total chaos of raw data, and they're only getting faster, deeper, and more accurate. So I'll leave you with this thought. As CNNs continue to evolve and routinely outpace human experts in complex vision tasks, what part of our world will they learn to see next? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning and definitely keep looking closely at the world around you.